Hey, and welcome to Hank's True Barbecue. Now, what are we going to put on the grill today? Well, I got a special cut today called the Presa Iberica. I'm going to show you how to cook it, so stick around. Alright, so the Presa Iberica is a shoulder cut from the Iberian pork, which is just incredible flavor. It really is good. I've done the Presa, the Pluma, and the Secreto, of course. This is a slightly thicker cut. It's like 1 pound or half a kilo, roughly. Just done some very light trimming. So again, it's located on the shoulder, like from the shoulder cut. But we're not gonna go like cook it like pulled pork. We're just gonna bring it up to temp, like medium rare, and then it's good. But again, this flavor is just fantastic. As you can see, it's slightly, well, it's like a little over 1 inch thick. You can see here the muscle fibers and the marbling. Again, I've just done some super light trimming here. So what we're gonna do now is apply some salt, the dry brine, as I always do, to amplify flavor. I'm thinking whether I should apply a rub or not. We'll see in the next few minutes what I decide upon. We're gonna fire up the grill. I'm gonna show you how to cook it. This is gonna be good. And I'm gonna serve it with some goat cheese, mache salad, and some nectarines. I think the flavor combination is really nice and it looks good on the plate. So let's get to it. So this is what it looks like. Like first out, as I said, salt, 1 teaspoon, table salt per kilo, or half a teaspoon per pound. And yes, I've decided to apply a rub. I'm gonna use my signature rub. I think it's a really good match, should be really good. This contains chipotle chili, some cocoa, some coffee. So I think for this very juicy, fatty piece of meat, I think it should be a great match. So I'm going to apply this. Now it's going to be resting in the fridge for quite a few hours. I like to apply this rub quite a few hours beforehand, so we get that flavor in there. And that's looking good. Pat it in, don't rub it in. And let's get it on the other side too. Now you can see the muscle fibers here. It's going fanning out like that. So I'm gonna, when I'm slicing it, I'm gonna cut it just straight up in the middle and then start slicing this way. So you cut across the grain. Always make sure to make note of where the muscle fibers are running. It's gonna help, because otherwise you could ruin the perfectly cooked piece of meat. Need to get me more of this. I'm running out. Need to make me more of this, but yeah, it's looking good. Emptying the bottle here. I can't wait to try this flavor combination. Should be really good with the goat cheese and the nectarines. But all right, so this one goes into the fridge. I'm just gonna put it in as is, no plastic cover or anything. And in the meantime, I'm gonna go out and fill up the grill with some charcoal. Alright, Cuba charcoal in place. This is a really good brand, I can highly recommend it. Okay, so it's time to start the fire. I always use two matches like this, and I always make sure to light just one spot. The key to getting a Kamado like this, Big Green Egg, to up to temp slowly but without overshooting is to just light one part of the whole charcoal bed. If you put 2 of these in, most of the charcoal is going to start burning too quickly and you're going to have real trouble ramping down. Basically you want to bring the temp up and slowly tune it into the target temp. In this case I'm going to run it at 150 Celsius, which is 300 Fahrenheit. So again, just light it in one place, one spot, and then just give it an extra 10-15 minutes because it's going to come up to temp again. And I think this starting phase is really crucial because you don't want to overshoot temps, and that's quite easy to do with a Kamado. But I think this is the way to go. So we'll just give it a while and it'll catch on, and we can stop it like 20-30 degrees before target temp, so it's kind of like starts honing in on the right temp we're looking for. All right, it's 10 minutes later. Fire is catching on slowly but surely, so I'm gonna put this deflector plate in to warm that one up too, still keeping the top and the bottom vent fully open because we're not up to temp yet. So it's gone almost 30 minutes since I lit the first match, and we're now at 60 degrees Celsius. And the nice thing about fine-tuning this one is I've got the Smobot hooked up. I think it really helps, not so much with the long cook, but just fine-tuning the start procedure, so I tune into just the right temp. So now I'm just waiting for this to come up, and as soon as we're getting closer, this one's going to start dampening, which means we're going to choke down the airflow a bit so we hit our target temp easily. Alright, we've hit temp, so I'm gonna put the Presa on the grill grates, and we're gonna get that meat probe in to check temps. Now I'm guesstimating 30 minutes for this one, but you never know, we'll see. Now while the Presa is cooking on the grill, it's time to make a little prep, at least a little salad. So this is a mache salad, or mash, depending on where you come from, if you're French or not. I certainly ain't, but I really like this salad. I think it's really good. We have the nectarines, we have the goat cheese. Now remember to bring this out to room temp in good time. I think it shouldn't be really fridge cold. So what I do is just gonna chop this one up roughly. And we're gonna, I might as well use half it. I think half is good. This doesn't have to be perfect, I just want a little kind of like tossed salad look, so this should be fine. A little sample for the chef. And also the nectarines. Okay, so we're 25 minutes in. We're 5 to 7 degrees from target temp, so I'm just going to remove this one now and get that fire stoked so we can sear it properly. So now I'm going to open both vents and remove the deflector and just let it rip. Now watch that fire take off, that's a beautiful thing. Get the grates in, slightly lower. Let this one rip for another 5 minutes, and I think we're ready to sear. Ah, it's looking good. I think we're about done. This is nice. You don't have to sear it that long. It's almost ready. Kind of uneven in thickness. I'm aiming for 58 to 60 here. Another 30 seconds and I'll take it. The flames are because of the fat that keeps dripping down, so I'm trying to avoid that, but it's very hard. But it's looking like it's getting a nice crust. Alright, I'm calling this one. Alright, here it is. I've let it rest for 5 minutes. It's always good. Really nice crust, I think. So remember I told you the muscle fibers are going this direction, so I'm gonna slice it this way. But first, just gonna cut through, because otherwise the slices are gonna be too long presentation wise. Just cut through it and check it out, but should be good. Really nice. I like this color. Really juicy. I'm gonna have to give it a quick sample, this one. Oh, this pork is good. It's just fantastic. It's really, really rich, which I enjoy. I mean, pork in general is rich, but this Iberico is even better. Now, if you haven't tried this, I really recommend you to do it. I have to say that the rub was a good match too. Like, there's just a bit of heat from the chili, nice complex flavors from the coffee and the cocoa. So, I mean, I think I'm ready to dig in. We need to put this one on the plate and get started. Oh man, that's nice, really nice. So here's the plate, looking good, isn't it? I think this salad's gonna be a good match. Slight drizzle, balsamic vinegar, and I think my dinner is ready. Nice one. All right, that looks like a pretty good plate if you ask me. It's gonna be so good tasting that Iberica pork. I really like it. If you haven't tried the Pluma or the Presa or the Secreto, I really recommend it because it's just great. Now the flavor combination I like, you got a little bit of heat on the pork, which is nice, together with the sweet nectarines and the goat cheese, of course, and the mash or mache salad, depending on how you pronounce it. So, I mean, I'm gonna dig in, but thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time.